Hello everyone, I am Aditya Todi, part of the Harman professional team in India, and I would like to welcome you all to Harman Techno Chat. Adversity comes loaded with opportunities is what they say. The times that we find ourselves into has given us that opportunity to introspect and look back at the way we engage and connect with you all. Thus, we bring you face to face with an industry icon. Let's see whom do we have as our guest today. I think we can.
The great unmasking, yeah.
Thank you, Kelvin.
Well, it's my pleasure.
For sharing time with us and coming over to our office. Friends, Kelvin needs no introduction. His contribution to the AV industry is known to all. He is currently the managing director and the principal consultant at T2 Technology Consulting Pvt. Limited. In a career spanning over the last 3 decades, he has led one of the biggest AV integration companies in India. He was one of the first to offer consultancy as a services in the Indian market. He has been instrumental in conceptualizing, design and application across industry vertical in the field of AV, acoustics, video, lighting, IT, etc. He has been a mentor to many brilliant minds in our industry and continues to contribute actively to our industry. Kelvin, have I missed anything?
Nope.
No? Oh,
no, I've had 21 glorious years in India, which was a totally unexpected thing to happen. If the 1997 crash hadn't happened, I wouldn't have happened here. So this is all because of the Asian currency crisis that I got to come here. And it's been 21 years of ups and downs, excitement, and so many opportunities. And I think, people ask me, why are you still here after so long? Are you insane? We go to the States, people say, are you insane living in India? I said, but hang on, I get opportunities that I would never get in this environment. So it's been a wonderful trip.
So Kelvin, thank you again, for coming here today and sharing your time with us. So like you mentioned, right, India has given you a lot of opportunities, right? I'm sure, you have, in your experience, you have touched every possible vertical, every possible, design and solution there is to be, right? So what would you say, and how would you say the AV industry in India has evolved over a period of time?
I remember my first contact when back in the mid-90s to late 90s, I was working for Silicon. And we used to sell our booth after a trade show in Singapore to people coming back to India. So all our stage lighting fixtures and things we were showing, they'd all be demounted, put into suitcases and brought here. India's come from that position to a position where we have all the major players in the country now. We have local manufacturing starting on certain areas, which is really good and encouraging. And I think we're really making to a point where we're as good as, if not better, that we're doing better work, we're doing much more innovative things than the same companies we work for are, say, in Silicon Valley or in Europe. So I think India tends to push the envelope, and it's pushing a lot of the MLC companies to really look at what they're doing and use this as an environment to try things out. So I think, yes, I think it's come a long, long way.
So Kelvin, we briefly mentioned to our viewers that, it has been a career spanning over the last 3 decades, right? It's a long time. So what keeps you motivated, keep going?
There is always a new challenge. always a new problem to be solved, or a new way to do something, or something new to learn about. I must admit, on the learning curve, with so much happening at the moment in terms of webinars and things, that I'm a little bit overloaded in that area. But I've been following the Harman series, so mostly the lighting side. It's been really, really great to be able to get input from masters in their field, and to compare with what we do here with what is done there, and to take some insight from that. And so it's always learning, it's growing, it's developing.
Kelvin, the times that we, currently are facing, right? A lot of us think that, we are at a VUCA state, right? Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Do you think so, or you think otherwise?
Oh, I mean, I don't have a glass ball, and I can't predict the future. I did honestly feel that when COVID started, there were a lot of people coming on webinars in the first month, and everybody was gung-ho. I think, what we have to do is be realistic that we are in a different situation. I don't know. I mean, I expected the work in the the work in the public sector to slow down. It doesn't appear to be happening at the moment.
Okay.
Even hospitality, we're still getting new inquiries. So I would have said to you at the start of this, I expected all to go straight down the toilet with a huge rise in government work. But it's staying pretty level at the moment. But I really don't know. I can't really say, because, we don't know what is going to happen. We've got a long way to go to get through this. But I think we need to stay positive. We need to look at the opportunities. We've taken this as an opportunity to really take a step back and look at our whole company, look at how we do business, and decide how we want to move forward for the next 10 years. So we're running a program inside the company at the moment called Vision 2030, and we'll be re-engineering ourselves for the next decade.
So Kelvin, you kind of mentioned that probably, you don't see that kind of, sudden decline in the demand.
I don't know. All I can tell you right now is that it is staying stable. We prepared for a sudden downturn. We've, through attrition, we've reduced numbers in the company. We're hiring again, which is interesting. But, we have to be prepared for what does happen. So we're looking at all scenarios. I cross my fingers and hope it stays on an even keel and then starts to grow and develop again.
So Kelvin, you touched upon government sector, you touched upon the hospitality sector. Is there any other sectors that you feel or think that probably will be the first ones to kind of start showing signs of recovery, or these are the two sectors that probably? I'm
not sure that any sector is really shown signs of decline yet. I think that's to come.
Okay.
I predict that hospitality will slow down incredibly because they've had to finance so heavily through this period of time. I think manufacturing and multinational companies and local companies are going to continue to grow and develop. And I think the big changes that, every time I do one of these interviews, somebody says, what's the great thing that's going to happen in the future? I mean, education is the thing I'm still waiting to happen here. I'm waiting for the government to actually let international universities in here. And we should then see a huge jump in the education and learning market.
Got it.
Yeah.
So Kelvin, we have seen your journey, right, from AV and acoustics to, I would say, kind of a little more focus on the lighting side of the industry.
Lighting and IT now.
So what has prompted you, to kind of focus, towards there?
I come from a lighting background. I come from a theatre background. But when we came to India, there wasn't a place for that. So AV became the prime function. But that has changed over time. And from 2010, we bought our lighting practice from Bangkok here, and it's grown beautifully for us. It's now 40% of our business.
So Kelvin, talking about lighting, right? How important do you think is it to illuminate structural buildings, etc.?
Facade lighting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a loaded question. It depends which country you go to, really, yes. I think there is now a development that we've got to be different. We've got to stand out. We've got to look different. So facade lighting is starting to come into play here. It will become a very, very big part of what we're doing here. As people want to identify themselves. So it's not just Harman's name on the side of the building, it's the fact that your building has got blue and green squares that are changing colour, or something interactive happening that draws attention not just to you but to the building and to the property. I think that started through the development of literal facade lighting, which was to enhance the architectural elements of the building itself. I think we're now moving into the fact that we are looking at multimedia technology, we're looking at interactive, and I mean, I'm really, really, really pleased to see a couple of companies now taking the big leap, because it is not small cash. To see developers taking a big leap, and once one of them does it, the others have to run to catch up. So hopefully that will be a nice new market area for us.
So Kelvin, what do you think for the customers, are the benefits of having
Identity. Identity. You go to Hyderabad, you know that's the Google building, you know it's Salapuria,
Yeah.
And just as long as we don't go as far as like Korea and China, where you have 6 buildings which are all playing with each other and a bit gross. But I mean, it still has to be done with taste and elegance. It can get very tacky, but I think the overall benefit is that you are establishing who you are and where you are, and that will always be known as the Salapuria building. Yep.
Yeah. True. And we are very proud to be associated with the same.
It's a job well done.
Thank you, Kelvin. So Kelvin, what would you say in terms of the product mix itself, for facade and architectural lighting? Currently, are we seeing the right mix, or there's some more education which needs to happen?
I mean, I think Harman, through the Martin brand, is extremely well placed. I don't think any manufacturer has everything. I don't think any very manufacturer can ever have everything. But I do think that right now, for me, as a go-to-market, as one group of products, there will always be something specific that we need. But our philosophy as a company is to try and minimize the number of components in any job, and the number of manufacturers in any job, because support maintenance becomes easier. So it's a natural to come to someone like Martin, because I have 90% of my requirement there. I have it at reasonable cost, cost effective, and you have some leading edge technologies in there that other people don't have. But probably 85 to 90% is all you can get, yeah? We need that bit of someone else. But in reality, no, there is, and I mean, I'm really impressed with the way that Martin has taken feedback over the last couple of years, and is now starting to expand within that range with the new products that are exciting me in the range.
So when we talk of lighting, obviously buildings and the real estate is a sector which kind of takes.
No, you're leaving out whole sectors. For me, facade is not really the biggest. Hotel ballrooms, auditoriums, performance theatres. Those are all very big markets. So facade is one side of it, but the other side is for us. Yes, facade lighting is one part of what we do, but more product is going into auditoriums and into convention centres, into hotels.
And that's a big market, obviously.
Yeah, they're both big. Well, facade will become a big market, but that's a good solid market. And I think the new product lines that you bought in, which are not specifically for facade, are where that you're really supporting that side of the infrastructure. Which exciting. It's exciting.
So Kelvin, talking of opportunities, obviously, I'm sure there are multiple challenges also that this particular vertical faces, right? What do you think in terms of challenges for us, at in the lighting market? would you
having
say?
customers understand the value add of, I mean, no LED. I mean, we have one thing that comes up in one of the documents we share with our clients very early in a lighting project is not all LEDs are equal.
Okay.
You can go and buy a fixture for 800 rupees, or you can buy a fixture for 2,500 rupees. It's not just greed. There is a good reason the 2,200 rupee fixture is more expensive. And I think one of the things that is the hardest challenge is to get clients to understand a difference between a cheap knock-up product out of China and a decent built product, maybe out of China, maybe out of Europe, but designed to a different specification and standard. LEDs are sold as the begin-all and the end-all to the lighting industry. They're also the biggest problem we have, because the quality of an LED changes very rapidly over time, and degradation and color shift can take an office environment or a theatrical application and totally ruin it in 5 minutes from poor quality equipment and poor quality design of the fixtures and lifespan.
So obviously, Kelvin, we talked about the opportunities, in the market, right? And we are trying to cut across various verticals, across industry. And we at Harman really, take a big pride, in calling ourselves, house of brand. And there are multiple brands, multiple products. I'll put you in a spot and want to ask you which is your favorite brand or your favorite product within the Harman portfolio.
It's like asking me to choose one of my children as my favorite, yeah. No, I'd have to say right now what excites me the most is Martin, but JBL and the audio side of the business I think is also showing some major developments after a period of inactivity when the takeover first happened by Samsung, and there is some really exciting stuff happening there. We've been lucky enough to see preview versions and have a play with the new DSP software. That's a game changer, if not a disruptor. So we wish you the best for that.
Thank you.
And we need lots of training sessions, please.
Absolutely.
But no, I think the overall development that we're seeing coming from Harman and from other companies too is leading to a bit of excitement, because we go through cycles in this industry that you don't get something game changing every year. It's every 5, 6, 7 years. So there's some game changing stuff happening.
So Kelvin, with so much of stuff happening around, do you get free time for yourself?
No.
I was actually wanting to ask, do you get any free time, and do you?
I do get some free time.
And how do you like to spend that free time?
Pizzas and movies.
Pizzas and movies?
That's what I'm going home for tonight.
So any recent, flicks that you watched?
You can edit all this out, yeah? You caught me off the guard. I'm going home to watch it. No, we're starting a Lord of the Rings.
Oh, the entire series?
Yeah, we're starting another binge run.
Oh, okay.
From The Hobbit through.
Okay. Yep. That's fantastic. So friends, I hope you found that session to be very interesting and very enriching. So Kelvin, we now move to the most interesting bit of our conversation. So we now move to the demo area, and where probably Annie and Edwin will showcase what we have to unveil for today.
Good.
Here we are, Kelvin. I would request you to do the honors and unveil.
You take that side, I'll take this
Sure.
side. Yeah.
So unveiling our new ELP zoom lenses and Era 300
Wow.
profile.
This is what I've been waiting for. This is my baby.
So Kelvin, I will also introduce briefly Annie. Annie is part of our application engineering team and specializes in architecture lighting. She'll give you a brief overview and also a quick demo of our Martin range.
Thank you, Mr. Aditya. Hi, Mr. Kelvin.
Hi,
it's a
Annie.
pleasure to have you here. So, sir, I'm going to be talking about the features of the ELP zoom lens and the Era 300 profile. So, let's start with the ELP zoom lens. It's your baby.
Yep.
So Martin's ellipsoidal LED fixtures are known to deliver the luminance and the vivid color rendering that is synonymous with the Martin name for over 30 years. And these fixtures have been designed to maximize efficiency and also create a very flat field of projection with the crisp and razor sharp focus, which is ideal for spotlights. So in the ELP portfolio from Martin, we have two variants. The warm white version, which has 91 numbers of 3-watt 3000 Kelvin LEDs, and they deliver a lumen output of 7000 with a superior CRI of 97. And then we have the full color version, which has 91 numbers of red, blue, green, amber and lime LEDs, all distributed across, amongst the 91 numbers. And they deliver vibrant saturated colors with a lumen output of 6900 at full output and a CRI of 85. So these ELP fixtures can actually be configured with a choice of 4 static lenses from Martin, 19, 26, 36 and 50, which are industry standards. And earlier this year, we actually launched the zoom lens accessory for the ELP family.
Thank you.
Yeah, basically to broaden the versatility and functionality of both the warm white.
Well, no, what you're actually doing is you're catering for the Americans and the British. That's the difference. Episoidals are American, fixed angle beam.
Right.
But the British like a little bit more flexibility. So
the profile
which
spotlight.
the zoom gives us much more flexibility.
Right. So we again have two industry standard beam ranges of 15 to 30 degrees and 25 to 50 degrees. So they come in two housing colors of black and white. And Martin's ELPs also have come up with an all new 6 lens design for the zoom and the focus modules, which can improve the optical performance and give an unmatched flat projection across the entire zoom range, and also very crisp and consistent focus across the entire image projection, the image that is being projected across the entire zoom range as well. And these lens tubes also come with independent focus and zoom control. You can also have a look at it in the video. So this is a manual control in the form of dials that are placed at the side of the fixture. And we also have a 4-blade framing system for beam shaping effects. And then we have an accessory or a gobo gate to accommodate universal A-sized and B-sized gobos. And the color, I'll just move a little bit in the front. The color frame gel is also available if you want to add third-party color gels. And also earlier this year, we launched the ELP IP version as well, which comes with an IP65 rating and can be used for temporary outdoor applications.
Awesome.
And the ELP fixture also comes with a very innovative fast focus mode. So you can use it in situations where there's no controller or other people around, and you quickly want to lock the focus. Then in the fast focus mode, the fixture will come to full output for 60 seconds, where you can lock and set the focus for the particular application. And we also have the halation color correction, which removes the atypical blue and brown halos that form when you're using the Martin lens tubes. So this is a brief overview of the ELP zoom lenses and the body. So if you would like to ask any questions.
Yeah, I have one question on the zooms. On the zoom, are we able to change the lenses in the same lens tube, or do we have to change the lens tube?
No, actually, since we are having a range of 15 to 30 degrees in the first lens tube, there are the zoom lens and the focus lens comes in a pinion and rack system. So just dialing them would move these lenses.
No, I understand that aspect. But when I change from one zoom to the other zoom, do I have to replace the whole lens?
Yes, when you're changing from the 15 to 30 degree range to the 25 to 50, you need to change the lens tube. But within the range that is 15 to 30, yes, we can do that.
No, this is a lovely piece of engineering. It takes me back to my days of designing the incandescent light fixtures for the theatre market at the start of my career. What is really great about this is that you're offering both the episoidal solution and the zoom solution. I need you to explain more in a few minutes about the 6 lens version, because I'm really interested about that.
Okay.
I think that's going to increase the brightness level as well.
That's right.
So that should be really exciting. You have a connection panel on the back, yes?
Yes, we do have a control panel at the back for standalone programming. Without the MX controller, you can just run it on the show mode, for temporary or very still applications.
And we can turn it off?
Yes.
The most irritating thing of going into a theatre is sitting in the theatre looking up, and there's these rows and rows and rows of LED panels burning in the back. Well, that's really good. And we have the normal safety mounting points and things on here for
Yes, we do
safety
have
chains.
the safety chains at the front as well as the back, and then we can suspend it from the bracket here.
Okay. No, well, this is making our life
Much
so much easier since you introduced this. Now, I was talking to some of your engineering team a few months ago. I said, I need a Fresnel as well.
Okay.
Then I've got the Fresnel, I've got the profile, I've got the episoidal, and I've got the moving head in wash, and I've got everything then that I need to do a conference centre or
That's right.
a boardroom. I think the exciting thing for me here is that you're producing both a cool and a warm version.
Yes.
And I know that the cool version can be made warm.
Yes.
From a lighting designer's point of view, it's really nice to have both of those in the range. I would always go to the warm because I'm old school theatrical, but there are certain things that require the cool. So having a mix of them allows for any problems to be solved really easy. I mean, I think this is awesome addition.
Thank you.
As long as it's at the right price. It's at the right price?
Yes, it comes at the right price.
It's competitive.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's competitive.
Certainly it's offering features that nobody else in the market is offering at the moment within the LED theatrical type fixture.
Great, thank you. Thank you for your feedback, sir. So shall we move on to and you were talking about the 6-lens design that you would like to hear about. So let me finish that about this.
Yep.
There are actually lenses which are packed into the zoom and the focus modules. So what you see when you open the service hatch is only the front lens and then modules which have lenses packed inside them. And a very big advantage is from the maintenance point of view, because if you have 6 individual lenses in the contact path, then servicing them would become really difficult. But now, since we have them packed in modules, it becomes very simple to clean them as well.
And that's offering better brightness and,
Yes.
and less radiation and
That's right.
and flatter
Yes.
field. That would be really good for Gobo use. Yep.
Yes.
Excellent.
So shall we move on to this? The
Sure.
The ERA 300 profile is a very compact mid-range profile light, which comes with an efficient 260-watt LED engine, and bundles 9,500 lumens, so which is more output when you compare it to similar sized fixtures in the market.
So this is a white light source,
Yeah, this has a 6,500 Kelvin LED engine.
and then we're doing color mixing and
Yes, we
color
do.
matching.
Yes, we do have options.
Through
we
the
have,
filter,
we have
through-
full CM by color mixing.
Right.
It can range from deep vibrant colors to subtle pastel colors, and we have an additional color wheel which has 9+1 open filters to give truer shades of blue and green, because with CMY color mixing the actual
Sure.
output of the blue and green is much lower. And this also has a zoom range from 13 to 28 degrees, so making them really suitable for various trim heights. And the wide angle makes ensures great coverage for smaller sized stages. And we have 7 user replaceable rotating Gobos,
Right.
and 9 static Gobos, which come with both indexing and the shaking feature. And we also have a 3-facet rotating prism and 1 modular motorized iris.
No shaping on this one.
No beam shaping effect. So Martin has an entire range
the,
of products called
the
the Performance
series, yeah.
Yes, which comes with the beam shaping,
Right.
feature.
So are we planning a wash to complement this soon, or?
The ERA, we do have the performance range. So we've introduced the ERA 400, 600 and 800. So which can do the wider beam angles, plus in addition to the beam shaping effects.
Well, that's awesome. And this is available in the market now?
Yes, it is available.
Well,
So
I think this is really, really exciting.
Yeah, and the ERA 300 profile is actually built for the road, because it finds its applications in a lot of concerts and live touring, live TV productions, cruise lines, and house of worship. And it also comes with a high impact flame retardant housing, so it can withstand the rigor of transport. And also has a very modular design, so replacing and swapping the optical parts can happen in less than a minute actually for this.
Making it much easier to fix
Making
things
it
on
much
the road.
easier. Very low maintenance.
That's really exciting.
Takes up less space in the truck as well when compared to other fixtures.
All of it comes down to the money at the end of the day, yeah? And I mean, truck space when you've got a lot of stuff to shift is actually something quite worthwhile considering. Well, I think this is just a superb next step in development.
So let's move on to the next segment. We also have a live demo wall where I would like to show you the architectural products and the media facade products that we have in our portfolio.
Sure.
Thank you.
This is your wash family?
Yes.
This is for grazing or flood lighting or narrow beam lighting on the outside of the building. Can you tell me about the range? Because I understand it's really extensive.
Yes, so we have 3 variants in the wash family, the compact 100 series, and then we have a mid-range 200 series which is 185 watts, and then we have the extremely powerful 300 series which is 280 watt.
And this comes in color variants?
Yes, so we have the RGBW version and then we have the CT version. So in the RGBW version again we have discrete red, blue, green, white LEDs, and then we have the pre-mixed version which is called the quad chip variant.
So what makes your product better than other people's? What's the USP?
Yeah, I would say the biggest USP is our fixtures are all, when you talk about facade lighting, uniformity and consistency in the color is very, very important. And so we have the color calibration where each LED is calibrated to give the same saturation level and color consistency. And if you have a facade with maybe 1,000 fixtures and you want to change from red to blue, all the fixtures will give you the same color of red, same shade of red and blue. And also another big advantage is maybe over maybe after 20 or 30 years, one of the fixture fails and you need to replace them. Martin actually, based on the burning hour of the existing fixtures which are there in the facade, we calibrate the new LEDs to give the similar uniform output as the older fixture. So you still have maintained the...
So I won't have a color mismatch.
Yes, that's right.
That's really, really exciting. They look like they're very strong construction. These are all IP65 or 67?
They are IP66 rated, so
66.
they are built for true permanent outdoor installation.
Oh, thank you. That was most informative. What else have you got to show me?
Thank you, sir. So we have the video Skeptrons, which is used for media facade applications, and you could use it for. This is actually a rental product and comes with an IP65 rating.
What sizes can I get?
So we have 2 sizes. One is the 320 mm and then we have the 1000 mm version.
And these are IP65, 67?
They are IP65 rated and can be used for temporary outdoor installation, mostly in the rental business.
So you wouldn't recommend this for permanent or?
No, because the diffusers here, they are replaceable,
Right.
so they cannot be used for permanent outdoor installations.
So this can be built up in modules to create any pattern you want?
Yes.
And each individual strip is addressable
Yes,
for color as well as brightness level.
that's right.
That's awesome. Could I use this in a permanent installation inside?
Yes, you could use it inside, but we have another variant for true permanent installations. That's the PIX line. So it looks very similar to this, only comes with diffusers which are attached and you cannot change them.
Okay. And how do I mount this?
So you can actually mount them using mounting profiles, which also come with Martin, or if you want to directly fix it to the facade, then we have these with the mounting brackets and the screws that you can do it to concrete.
It's a one-stop solution.
Yes, that's right.
Excellent. So can you tell me about control?
Yeah, so you can actually program the video Skeptrons using the DMX control as well as Martin's proprietary P3 controller, specifically for media facade applications.
Yeah, that one really excites me.
Yes.
The opportunity that P3 offers for total control over a media facade. I'm really looking forward to some more training on that in the weeks coming.
Great. So I would like to introduce the man behind the programming. So he's Mr. Edwin. a part of the application engineering team.
Thank you, Annie. Hi, Kelvin. It's a pleasure to have you here for our demo.
Oh,
Thank you
great,
so much.
Thank you. Look, I must say to both of you that I'm really impressed at how good your support and service has become, both pre-sales and post-sales. It helps us to work with you to design innovative solutions to big problems. So I really thank you guys for your support, and I look forward to that support continuing, and you guys also continuing with training.
Definitely.
Very
Definitely,
appreciated.
Kelvin.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you, Annie and Edwin, for that quick demo. Kelvin, how did you like the demo?
Oh, it was great. It's always great to learn about new things. I'm be on the phone with Annie about the 6-lens version. I want to understand some more of that, and knowing Edwin's there to support us with the complex programming problems, that sort of gives you confidence to use the product.
Good, good. So Kelvin, again, I would like to thank you for taking time out, coming here to our office and sharing your time with us. I hope you enjoyed the session today. I'm sure our viewers definitely enjoyed your insights, your views on the industry, on our lighting range of products, etc. Really thankful to you.
You're more than welcome.
So thank you, Kelvin. And as a small memento of thank you, we would like to share this with you. This is the AKG Lyra microphone. This is a USB microphone which we recently launched. We hope you will enjoy this piece of equipment and use it for all your webinars and multiple calls that you do. We are very hopeful that this will be a really helpful equipment for you.
Thank you. I'll put a review up on Facebook.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching the episode today. We hope you enjoyed the session. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.